No one has more state pride than New Mexicans. The vibrant culture, bold flavors, unique history, and dramatic landscapes under our Zia sun are like no other. And the people of New Mexico are a rare breed. As diverse as we are, together we breathe life and soul into this high desert land. A land that promises adventure. I'm Michael Newman, and as your host, I'll be taking you with me as I seek out the best the land of enchantment has to offer.
New Mexico, it feels like home to me. It feels so true. It's time well spent when I spend it with you.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of New Mexico True Television. In this episode, we're seeking out some of the most unique lodging options around the state. From caves to campers, sustainable Earthships of Taos, and motor courts of the Mother Road, our accommodations are as authentic as you can find. Just outside of Farmington off New Mexico 64 is a B&B, the likes of which I have never seen. Kokopelli Cave. Yes, you heard me. Literally a cave blasted out of the ground. But don't let the natural habitat fool you. This cave is decked out with everything you could want for a comfortable and cozy stay. And today, the Peters family will be checking in. You can't even see the cave from the road, so the B&B's manager, Gail, brings guests to the site and personally guides them down to the cave.
Probably about 7 years ago, I was watching a traveling show, and it was showing unique places to stay, all across the world. And they showed this, and I said to my husband, "George, this is here in New Mexico. We have to go someday." So, because we live in Los Alamos, and it was coming up for spring break, I really wanted to look for something local to just get the culture of our own state instead of always traveling away to visit relatives in other places. So we made plans to go to Chaco for 2 nights, and then we decided to come up here after. We were desperately in need of a family vacation because when you're at home, we have, karate and plays and all the things the kids are busy with, so I thought it'd be nice just to get out somewhere where we can be together as a family, just bond as a family again, because we really needed that away from everybody else, just us. No maid knocking on your door to come in. There's no one up on the upper floors of the hotel bothering you. It's just us as a family. You guys see the squirrel is out in the patio.
Oh my gosh.
You want to feed them?
Yes, I do.
The food is right here.
And Mike and Steph, they love new things and love to explore, and they love to learn. They have since they were little kids, Just always collecting rocks, looking around for evidence of past history of the Indians that used to live near where we live also. And they going on trails and hiking and finding new things. It just drives them all the time. I mean, we could just spend hours outside wandering around looking, like Stephanie says, for treasures. So they're always finding treasures and looking at the beauty and things and finding the details and things and researching, looking for dinosaur bones and the past history of the walls. We were talking about how she said this was about 70 million years old. And that's, another reason I chose this, because it's so unique and it's here in our own backyard, just a couple hours drive from where we live in Los Alamos. So we were pretty excited about having something like this near us.
It's a really nice cave. I'm kind of confounded that they somehow managed to blow this out safely and successfully within 2 weeks. And the furniture, I don't think I'd be very comfortable moving a wardrobe down a cliff face, especially that cliff face.
They just did a really great job of furnishing it and making it look really, really cool.
I think my mom did a good job of kind of scrounging around to find this place on the internet.
It's amazing just to be able to spend 1 night here. It feels like you're roughing it because you're in a cave, but also feels like you're being in luxury because of all the...
It's like luxury wilderness.
It's wilderness made luxury.
Up next, we go retro with some cool campers. Do you take a lot of pictures on your New Mexico travels? Well, if you do, show us by hashtagging New Mexico True on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And now, from the pages of New Mexico Magazine. Just off I-40 and overlooking the city of Albuquerque from its West Mesa is Enchanted Trails RV Park and Trading Post. Built in the 1940s, this trading post and modern-day RV park retains all the charm and feel of the golden era of Route 66. Serving as a respite for travelers making their way through the western desert of our state, Enchanted Trails provides amenities for those people traveling in their own camper, and better yet, it offers the unique experience of staying in a restored vintage trailer for the night. These refurbished classics are what led me to Enchanted Trails. While they have been around for decades, there has been a rebirth and fascination with their design and utility. In the days of tiny houses and scaling back, these campers epitomize how much style and function can be packed into a small space. And to think, they were designed 50 or more years ago. Ultimately, nothing evokes a great American road trip like a classic camper. And I was anxious to meet the woman who had the vision to give these trailers a new life on Old Route 66.
So Vicky, all of these trailers have been refurbished to this utmost degree. Like, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. The attention to detail, it's magnificent. What is it about restoring specifically these kinds of items? But what is it about these things, the Winnebagos and stuff like that?
They're just really well made. The craftsmanship was wonderful, and it just harkens back to a simpler time, and you can see the beautiful woodwork, and of course fill them with my fun items, whether it be books or suitcases or glassware.
Yeah.
It just really feels good.
It's like you said, that simpler time. That's
Yeah.
cool. And you step into it and it's like you're there.
You bet.
Right?
You bet.
And like the minimalism of being able to say, hey, I got the thing in the back, I put on my car and like an old antique car and just go and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to stop for anything.
You don't have to stop for a thing. You just enjoy it. You've got your bed with you and your pillow with you, and just take off and enjoy the road.
Right. So have you traveled the Mother Road?
Absolutely, I have. New Mexico has got some of the best mileage, if you ask me.
But how do you think Route 66 kind of reintroduced New Mexico or gave people an in to what the Southwest was like?
Well, I think a lot of travelers tend to come from the east and travel west. And so you get to New Mexico and you have these wonderful prairies on the eastern part of the state, and then you come through and you start experiencing the great American Southwest and the beautiful red rocks, the changes in terrain that we have, going from the mountains to the flatlands and the lava beds, and the wonderful pueblos that we have and the reservations. And so I think it really opened people's eyes then and today as to what a wonderful place New Mexico is and how much we have to offer.
Yeah, for sure. It's so true. When the transition happened from Route 66 to the interstate, what do you think, as a traveler, what kind of impact do you think that had on people?
It got people out of the cities, and they just go by now at 75 miles an hour, and they don't actually stop and see the character and the charm of a given place. I think it was really a great loss. So you need to get off the interstate, and you need to get back onto the main street.
Right. And I think that was like one of the original things about Route 66. It like curved and went through all the little parts of states that you probably never heard of.
Right.
And exploring, right? That whole event.
Exactly.
Idea.
And truly, I think we're all explorers at heart. But when you're driving down this black ribbon of highway that cut through mountains and cut through the terrain, it's just not the same as you say, as you're sloping along, taking the curves, feeling the breeze and the trees.
You're grounded in the experience, kind of. Yeah, that's great.
Enchanted Trails may be retro, but it has everything you need for a great weekend getaway with friends. They have Wi-Fi, grills, billiards, and video games, plus they have a heated pool. And check out the huge refurbished Wurlitzer organ. It is truly one of a kind. For more great stories like this from New Mexico Magazine, visit newmexico.org. Don't go away. Coming up, we have some rental homes that are out of this world. Besides the ancient adobe structures of the Pueblo, Taos is also known for another architectural style, the Earthship. Rising up out of the ground, casting reflective light from recycled bottles and cans, taking on shapes like you've never seen before, these structures beg the question, what exactly is an Earthship? I head to the Earthship Visitor Center to find out.
Earthships are basically an autonomous home. It's 100% self-sufficient, off the grid. The building is made out of recycled materials, automobile tires, bottles, cans, cardboard, If it's blowing around on the street, I'm out there picking it up.
More than 30 years ago, Ron's mentor and Earthship pioneer Michael Reynolds built the first Earthship, and now they may be found in all corners of the world. But Taos is where it all began, and people arrive every day to tour these homes and to see the progressive concepts at work, and to learn how to build an Earthship of their own. So whether you want to build your new homestead, or just tour this unique colony of the high desert, make the trip, and if you're lucky, stay the night. Earthships are available for rent, so you can experience their creature comforts for yourself. Stay tuned for a visit to a Route 66 icon. Sign up to receive monthly newsletters about events and happenings around the state at newmexico.org. 2.5 hours directly east of Albuquerque off I-40 in the heart of Tucumcari is the legendary Route 66 motor court, the Blue Swallow Motel. Today, Route 66 conjures up many images, among them neon signs, classic cars, old gas stations, obscure roadside attractions, and last but not least, motorcoat motels. And the Blue Swallow is certainly one of the most iconic of this era. Back in 1926, the numbered federal highway system was started, leading to the formation of Route 66. Running southwest from Chicago to Los Angeles, this road inspired automobile tourism, and it only makes sense the lodging would be autofocus. And believe me, when you're traveling by car, the ease of pulling right up to your room, unloading bags at your doorstep, and even having your own personal garage to park is brilliant. These people were onto something. Not to mention the comforting feeling you get upon arrival at the Blue Swallow, beautiful neon letters, and the famous blue bird greets you. As it turns out, the bird has significant symbolism for travelers. For sailors, a blue swallow meant land was near, and ultimately came to evoke the notion of coming home safely. Beyond the sign though, like any good mom and pop business, the owners are there to welcome you personally when you walk in.
So Cameron, how long has this place been here?
The Blue Swallow was built in 1939, and it's been a motel ever since day one. People have come to know the Blue Swallow as an icon along Route 66.
And what's your favorite thing for it? Like you and your wife coming here and managing this property, what's your favorite thing about being here on the Mother Road?
The people. The people. That's the easiest answer. The people that you meet on this road, they're great. They're happy to be here. They want to be here. They want to share their stories. They want to hear your story. And we're more than happy to tell it. We're happy to give them whatever we can give them. We tell people all the time when they come in, if you're traveling Route 66 and you don't take the time to talk to people, you're missing the road. You can look at the old buildings and you can look at the bridges and the landscape, but if you don't take the time to talk to people, you're not getting the Route 66 experience.
Right. The story is in the people.
Like Lillian Redmond, who was here for 40 years, people knew who she was. They came here and knew that you were going to get an ordinary old lady. Well, later in her life, she was going to be an ordinary old lady, but she was going to help you. She was going to, if you couldn't afford a room, she was going to give you a room for the night if she had one. And that's what Route 66 is. It's about helping people along the way, helping people along the journey.
Right, the relationships that you build.
And sure enough, no sooner had Cameron and I wrapped up our conversation, I met some folks in the lobby having coffee. There certainly is a natural ease in meeting fellow travelers when you're at a place like this. We decided to grab a second cup to take outside.
All right, there you go, sir, and your hash browns will be right up, okay? What is it about Route 66 that warrants a whole trip, the journey?
I think that's the word right there. It's the journey. It's the icon, the Mother Road, the history. It reminds you of when you used to do road trips when you were a kid. And so seeing all that in one road, it's memorable.
There's something seemingly romantic that kind of has lasted throughout many decades about the road, isn't it?
It is. I don't know if it's finding things that, like the Blue Swallow here, that are just a wonderful icon on the road, or finding that old service station that's derelict and just hasn't been used in years. And the people you meet. Like here at the Blue Swallow, you're sitting in the lobby, you have coffee or hot chocolate, and you meet people as they come in, and you trade stories about which direction are you going? I'm going east, we're going west. Hey, you need to stay here, you need to stay there.
Right.
It's so much more civilized.
Right, no, it feels so much more so, and it's more intimate, I feel like.
My wife and I are both flight attendants for a major airline, and so we see everything but from 30,000 feet. So getting down here and seeing it up close and personal and meeting people is just, it's just a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So what's that experience like if you guys have set rules for yourself of what an experience has to be when you're driving?
Well, on road trips, there are a couple of things. Number one, no freeways unless it's the only road to use.
Okay.
No major chain restaurants. And you have to have a quick foot on the brake pedal because you never know when you come around a corner there's going to be either a view or something to see that's, whoa, need a picture. Very slow, take it easy, no time frames. We get there when we get there.
Yeah, that's cool that you can, liberate yourself from like that time restricted mentality that we're in this, in this time period. It's just like, oh, we got to move, we got to do more. But like, slowing down and enjoying the journey. It's not about the destination, it's a journey, right?
We have no reservations from here back to Houston. We will go where we go and we'll stop when we stop.
Well, top of the morning to you, man.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Route 66.
Have a good day.
You're a flight attendant.
Definitely. Bye-bye.
You are now free to roam around the cabin.
No, wrong airline.
Oh, that sounded like a universal thing?
At the Blue Swallow, you can ease your way into the morning sipping coffee in the patio chairs, and then come nightfall, under the neon lights, gather around the bonfire, roast some marshmallows with some newfound friends, and talk the night away. The feeling you have while staying here is the reflection of the genuine warmth of the people that have always run this place, as written in Lillian Redmond's letter she would give each and every guest upon arrival, and which is still in each room today. May this room and motel be your second home. May those you love be near you in thoughts and dreams. Even though we may not get to know you, we hope that you will be as comfortable and happy as if you were in your own house. When you leave, may your journey be safe. We are all travelers. From birth till death, we travel between the eternities. May these days be pleasant for you, profitable for society, helpful for those you meet, and a joy to those you know and love best. Any room you choose at the Blue Swallow will be an experience. They all have awesome vintage decor. But if you want to see something really different, try requesting the Lillian Redmond Suite, which has a clawfoot tub from 1926. And if you get hungry, right down the street is Dell's Restaurant and Kicks on 66, which both have some really delicious food. Coming up, we have Yurts of the Enchanted Forest. Here is another New Mexico true treasure. Silver City and the Pinos Altos area have some of the greatest lodging options you can find anywhere in the state. Right in downtown Silver City, you can find the Murray Hotel. This is a fully refurbished 1938 Art Deco hotel where the past comes alive with a modern twist. And being in the heart of downtown, you're able to walk to galleries and restaurants and then easily get back to home base. Now, if you're looking for something a bit more rustic and off the beaten path, try the Bear Creek Motel and Cabins in Pinos Altos. These cabins take the vacation experience to another level. You really feel like you're out camping in the wilderness, but with posh amenities like a fireplace and comfortable beds. Oh, and a hot tub. Whether it's for a romantic getaway or time to get the whole family into the great outdoors, these cabins are the perfect mountain retreat. These are just two of the great lodging options in this neck of the woods. To learn more about this or other New Mexico true treasures, visit us at newmexico.org. Just over 3 hours north of Albuquerque on New Mexico Highway 38 is the Enchanted Forest, accessed most easily from the town of Red River. Aptly named for this woodland of pine and fir trees, this forest becomes a winter wonderland when snowfall hits. And with a system of meandering trails weaving through its towering aspens and pines, the Enchanted Forest makes for the ultimate destination for the expedition we're embarking on this weekend, snowshoeing and yurt camping.
Let's load this puppy up.
Once all our provisions are loaded, we meet with William to go over directions to the yurt where we'll be staying for the night.
The way you'll be getting to the yurt, going up Little John to Long John, and you're at the very end.
Alrighty.
I'll go ahead and take all your stuff out to the yurt. It'll be waiting for you when you get out there.
Thank you for that. With names like Jabberwocky, Bigfoot, and Sasquatch marking the trailheads, the myth of the abominable snowman is ever present. It certainly puts you in the right frame of mind from the get-go. You are entering another world. Maybe not a world of make-believe, but certainly one that lives up to its name. It is truly enchanting and far removed from the reality of day-to-day life back home.
Almost there. We made it! Fist bump. Boom. And now for the dramatic fall. Who's ready for dinner?
Upon entry to our yurt, we're all business. Time to settle in and get comfortable. And cozy.
Thank God we have Mike, the survivor man. making a fire. I gotta tell you, I was never a Boy Scout, so you're gonna have to school me on some things.
Just a good mix of air and paper and twigs until it gets going.
That's simple.
Dampers in.
That's why you're here, because you know what you're doing.
I'm no survivor man, but I do know my way around the kitchen.
What I'm thinking.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Gourmet Michael's about to come out right now. Okay, you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay. So we got black beans,
Okay.
corn, brown rice. You know, we want to do the New Mexican thing, so we got some salsa.
All right.
And tortillas. Then I also got a little red pepper, some squash, zucchini. You know, so we're gonna have. Mike, are you done with that?
We've
Yeah,
got
we
a spread. All right.
Yes, indeed, we came prepared. We've got all the fixins, and for anything we may lack, this fully equipped yurt is
Leave it
sure to
alone.
compensate.
All right, here's our rice. Hopefully it comes out soft and delicious.
I'm down with this yurt camping thing. Wood burning stove, roof over our heads, we've got the dinner music going. All this and we're off the grid. I'm even able to whip up some calabacitas just as I would in the comfort of my own home. This is the way to do it.
It's a pretty nice spread for
Yeah.
if you want
Two stoves.
stove
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're not really roughing.
Well, hey guys, here's to a successful yurt experience. We did how many miles? About 3-4 miles, 250 feet in elevation, in the snow,
All dragon stuff.
while dragging stuff. I'd say we did pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, cheers.
Even with the wood burning stove, you're going to want at least a 20-degree sleeping bag for the yurt, even in the summertime. Check their website for a list of amenities as well as what to pack. This forest is also known for its dog-friendly trails and cross-country skiing, so make time for it all. We're glad you had a chance to come along with us to check out some of the great places to stay when you're touring around the state. And with that being said, what are you doing next weekend?